The last constructor type is going to be the copy constructors. The copy constructor is a constructor which creates an object by initializing it with an object of the same class, okay, which has been created previously. So it creates a copy of the past object, okay. So to give the features of the copy constructors, they are initializing one object from another of the same type, okay, and they are copying an object to pass it as an argument to a function, and also they are copying an object to return it from a function, okay. If a copy constructor is not defined in a class, the compiler itself defines one, okay. If the class has pointer variables and has some dynamic memory allocations, then it is a must to have a copy constructor, okay. So here we can see the most common form of copy constructors, okay. The object is reference to an object that is being used to initialize another object, okay, which is argument, okay. So to understand it better, the copy constructor is the same as parameterized constructor, but instead of taking variables as arguments, it is going to take an object as argument, okay. It will initialize the value by copying it from the another object, okay. So let's make an example together. So let's assume that we have a class named point, okay, and in this class we have two variables named as x and y. In this class we also have a parameterized and the copy constructors, okay. After creating an object, we are going to create another one, and we are going to copy the first object's values into newly created one, okay. And also we are going to have two getter functions to see the values of x and y variables. So I'm opening my Visual Studio and starting to type, including my IOStream library, and as always it is going to be followed by using namespace std, okay. So in here I can create my class, and the class keyword is going to be followed by the class name, okay. So in this class we are going to have a private members, and they are going to be the integer values x and y, okay. So it is up to for the public member function. So I'm typing public keyword, okay. And here I'm going to create my parameterized constructor, and there it's going to be point, okay. So the point parameterized constructor is going to take two arguments, and they are going to be integers x1 and integer y1, okay. So in this parameterized constructor I'm going to assign my arguments to my variables, okay. So x is going to be changed by x1 and y is going to be changed by y1, okay. The arguments values is going to be assigned to our variables, okay. So I'm going to create my copy constructor here, okay, copy constructor, and in here this is going to also be the type of point class, okay. So in here I'm going to type const and the point, which is my class name, and let's say the argument as object is going to be p2, okay, the point 2. So in this copy constructor I'm going to change my x value by p2 objects x value, and also the same is going to be my y value. It is going to be changed by p2 objects y value, okay. So this is my parameterized constructor, and this is my copy constructor, okay. So it is time for us to write our getter functions, okay. So they are going to be integer type. The get x function is going to return only the x value, and my int get y function is only going to return the y value, okay. So this is my class. In this class I have two variables, and they are private variables, okay. So after that I type public to write my public member functions. The first one is my parameterized constructor, the second one is my copy constructor, and my getter functions, which is get x and get y, okay. So I can start typing my main function. I'm typing in main. Okay, so in this main function, first we are going to call our parameterized constructor. Okay, so I'm typing point, which is my class name, and the object. Okay, I'm creating an object from here, and this object is directly going to call my simple constructor. Okay, so I'm writing object point 1. Okay, so in this object point 1, we are going to give the first x value, which is going to be x1, and the first y value, which is going to be y1. Okay, so let's assume we are going to give the 53 and 13. Okay, so I create my object, which is object point 1. Okay, so this is simple constructor call. Okay, so after that I'm going to create my second object from my point class. Okay, the object point 2. So instead of calling the simple constructor, now I'm going to use my copy constructor. Okay, and this is going to be used by like this. Object point 2 is going to take the same values with object point 1. Okay, so here I am typing the copy constructor call. Okay, so I created two objects. The one is created by calling the parameterized constructor, which is taking the 53 and 13 as arguments. Okay, so after that I created object point 2, which is my second object, and it is going to take the same values which the first object is have. Okay, so I am trying to print them to the screen. Okay, the object wants variables. The x is the x is going to be the object point 1 dot get x. Okay, and then I am continuing here. The let's write it like this. Y is going to be object point 1 get y. Okay, the end line. Perfect. So in here I'm going to type the same thing for the object 2. Okay, I'm typing cout the object 2's variables. Okay, the x is going to be the object point 2's get x. Okay, and then the y is going to be the object point 2's get y. Okay, so the end line. Perfect. So after that I'm typing get character and return 0. So let's run it. Okay, so the code is compiled and ready to run. Okay, perfect. So object 1's variables is x is 53 and y is 30. Okay, which I gave them as arguments. And the object 2's variables are x is 53, also the y is 13, which is the same as object 1's variables. Okay, so the copy constructor is working like this. It is very easy to understand. I am creating my first object, so when I decided to have the second object, and let's assume that we are going to have the same variables, same types, and same values. Okay, so I am copying the object 1's variables to my object 2. Okay, so this is copy constructor, and in the next video we are going to see what is destructor. Okay, so see you in the next video.